You can tell that there's not a lot of love. And this convention is in all the information here.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
I have a friend who was disfellowshipped,
Mm-hmm.
and none of her friends even talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
How is that love?
Well, let me ask you a question, hypothetical, so to speak. If a person is doing something wrong, and if he is allowed to continue without being disciplined to do that, and it eventually kills him, it's more love to stop the individual. He learns from it, then he's allowed to come back in again. See, I have a daughter right now that is disfellowshipped.
Do you shun her too?
With being my daughter, I talk to her every once in a while to see how she's doing her health-wise, to see how she's doing health-wise.
Do you know that people that are shunned, he deals with suicidal thoughts, and is tormented because the reason why he stopped being a Jehovah's Witness is because he started researching about the organization. And if you actually just Google Jehovah's Witnesses, you'll learn that
a lot of that is put out by apostates.
Well, no, actually, I looked into the information. There have been several court battles where what's the name of the organization? The Jehovah's Witnesses.
The Watchtower and
Yeah,
Tract
the
Society.
Watchtower Bible and Tract Society have had to pay out millions of dollars because they're not calling the police when a child has been sexually abused. They require 2 witnesses, and they have the group leaders. I forgot what they're called. The ones that
the
go.
Elders.
Yeah, they require there to be 2 witnesses
Now,
in the event.
In something of a child thing, they do not.
Well, what I've learned is that they do require 2 witnesses, and that's why they've been having to pay out billions of dollars worldwide. No, you need to read it. Like,
No.
I've seen the court papers. Google the Australian Royal Commission, and you can see Jeffrey Jackson.
You win it from millions to billions. No.
No, billions worldwide. It has. In San Diego, there was a Supreme Court discovered that the Watchtower organization had had a database of alleged pedophiles. So what happened was like a kid would go in and say, "Hey, I've been sexually abused by my father," or elder or whoever, and the child was being was asked, "Well, do you have any witnesses to this?" And the child's like, "Well, no, I don't," and they dismiss it. Then they they don't just dismiss it. They go and ask that person, "Did you sexually abuse this child?" Instead of just going to the police and letting the police handle it. So then because I've been a victim of domestic violence, I know how that goes. When your abuser knows that you've leaked out information, it puts you in more danger. And then here a child is in the same position with that person that had molested them, and she reaches out to the church, and the church tells them, "Well, do you have 2 witnesses?" And she's like, "Well, no." And they're like, "Well, okay." And they let her go home and question the guy, and it may be her father. And then when he finds out that she had told, imagine what that does to the child.
How long ago were those cases? Do you know how long ago those cases?
2018.
2018.
I mean, they go back. I mean, like, there's hundreds of them.
Of course, we're dealing with imperfect people. We got to remember that. Look what's happened to the Catholic Church.
It's not just the Catholic Church.
It's in what I'm saying.
I understand.
It's in all religions.
Yes, but during this Australian Royal Commission, Google that. Like, really Google that.
I won't read anything like that because some of it is put out by apostates.
It's not put. It is not, and it's extremely important to protect your child, protect children within the congregation, because
the elders are to go. I do know they are to go to the police department, and a record is made. Now it's up to the police to be able.
No, they're not. They're not instructed to do that.
How do you know, hon?
Because I've seen that book that the elders have. and they're told to contact the branch in those
How
cases.
did you get a hold of the book?
It's online.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. It's called the Shepherding the Flock of God book. It's the Elder's Manual. I would suggest you to look at it. They're directed.
My husband is an elder.
Well, they're directed to contact the branch authorities rather than to call the police, and it leaves children in danger. And
Not
throughout,
anymore. Maybe that
no,
was in
it's
the
like
past.
it. No, in the like last year.
Well, I can see we're not going to get anywhere.
Please
so I'll just
stop shunning your daughter.
This is
Shunning
my daughter.
kills. Well, the one that you said that you shun. Shunning
if she
kills.
is doing something against what the Bible teaches. We
People,
are told,
he got disfellowshipped because he was researching and found out that there was pedophilia, sex abuse cover up.
I'm sure he wasn't
There's
disfellowshipped. Just that.
No,
That's what
questioning
you're
it.
getting from
No,
him.
because he got it disfellowshipped for apostasy because he asked them the elders questions and they did just like you. They want to ignore him instead of really looking into the information.
No, there's more to that. That's all you're getting is just one side of it. You have a good day.
Please don't shun your daughter. Shunning kills.
No, allowing her to live a life.
No, that is called
of drinking
manipulation.
and homosexuality is
That is
something
manipulation.
That will eventually kill her.
You're judging her based on her sexual preference.
I'm not judging her. The Bible judges her. We're just giving the message. What does the scripture say? If a man sleeps with a man, it says,
Actually,
do not have anything to do with him.
Actually, that was mistranslated. And the word that was used for man was actually young children.
No, it was.
Yes, it was. You need to do your research, ma'am.
Honey, I have been doing research for 40 years.
No, you've been researching the Watchtower's material for 40 years. You need to watch Google Jehovah's Witnesses. You're protecting a pedophiles. And you're being hateful, and shunning leads to suicide. And I'd appreciate it if you get off of my street.
Hope you have a good day, hon.
Love never shuns. Remember that, little girl.